Now on these rims there was a little bit of surface rust. What I did is I went around it with this wheel, the wire wheel, right? Two different kinds when it gets in here. Now I'm going to go over this with the pressure washer, and I took out this valve. I'm going to show you how to put it in. It's not hard to do this stuff actually, but you got to have a little bit of patience. And I think, you know, on the back here there's like mud. It's not really rusty. If you notice, these are clean on in here. It's just some dust. These are clean, so these had a very good seal. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that off. Basically blow off all the air on it, and I went over it with some acetone just so it's not getting it perfect, but you know, if you get it perfect you sandblast it, but it's clean enough. Very little bit of rust that's on it. This stuff will take care of it. Rusty metal primer. I've got a lot of black engine paint. I'm just going to do them black. Black rims are pretty much common. Do both sides of it. And I have to get 14-inch rims, wheels. These aren't 15 tires. So I'm going to go down to Wally Mart, pick up a set of 14-inch tires for this thing here and put it on there. So that'll be what I'll be doing. Well, I already did the opposite side of the rim. It's not really exciting. I painted it with rust-killing primer, that Rust-Oleum rusty metal primer, which is a rust-killing primer. So if there's any bit of rust left on it that I missed with the nylon wheel, and I think I pretty much got all of it, then I pressure washed them, blew them off with air, went over it with acetylines that are chemically clean, then primed them, and now I did the opposite side. So I'm doing the this is just engine paint. It's satin. It's like a semi-gloss black Rust-Oleum engine paint, and plain rims like this, it's probably the best thing, because if you don't want to touch them up, it's very easy, because you get a little overspray on the tire and it's black. You're never going to see it in a million years. So just go over this with a few coats. And you know, if you want to make them fancy, you can put a hubcap on it, so not a big deal. I mean, they could fit right in there. Plastic one or whatever, you can make them look like mag wheels. This is actually the simple way to do things. It's crazy to go spend money. I already had the paint, so, and I'll be getting some tires, probably Douglas from Walmart. Probably, I think they're going to be about a little over 50 bucks each if I just put them on myself. And I just laid that on there. It's basically, it's like a satin semi-gloss. It's not really a high gloss paint, but should hold up, should be all right. And if it gets chipped up, like I said, black, you just put a little paint on it, you're not going to even notice it. So it's not gloss. That's the other thing. But no longer rusty rims. And on the inside here, these are nice and clean, so they'll seal real good when I put some new tires on them. Yeah, on this thing you just pull this up, and you know, it goes through here. It's simple. You just screw this on the tool. Get these for like any place, auto parts store, even Walmart has them, Lowe's, anything, they all have them. Just screws on there. You just pull it up with your fingers. You don't need a special tool or anything like that. You stand on the rim on this side, and that's it. Well, I just picked up a couple tires. This is the old one. This is one size under. This was a 205 7014. I'm going to put a 195 7014. This actually is way overkill for the hauling this boat, which is it's plenty of strength for the tires. So these were only $61 each, including all taxes. So that's all it was. Pretty cheap. So more than enough for a trailer, that's for sure. It's actually a car tire, a truck tire. And I just sprayed some Windex on the tire. It's mounting okay. It's see, it's moving. Now I don't actually have this mounted down correctly, so it'd be a hell of a lot easier to do. But I just put another pipe onto this pipe, and this pipe is actually made very strong, so didn't bend it. No smacking it against this. Went right on there. It took a few minutes, but no big deal. And when you're putting this on, make sure that this is pushed down so it's not up against the bead here, so it has enough room for the tire to pull this way, right? So, you know, it pulls this way, so you got some, in other words, this can go in so you can get the rest of this on. Now, this isn't mounted down. If this was mounted down, I'd put this on in like 3 seconds flat, but it's only taking a few minutes. Alright, so the tire's on the rim. It only take about less than 5 minutes to put the tire on the rim total, and that's with this thing not even mounted down. It's, the board has like one bolt in it holding it on. It's just a couple 2x4s underneath it. It's like really nothing. So if this was mounted down solid, this would work just as fast as any non-manual tire changer. And the only thing I would recommend is maybe the pipe that goes around the edge. Put something on there. But these rims are black, so I can always, you know, hit them with some paint real easily if there's any scratches on them, so it's easy. But that's it. Very simple. And on these trailer bolts, I actually greased them before I put the lug nuts on, and they were on here. I don't know how long they were on there. For a lot of years those tires were on there. I never took them off. So nothing happened with the threads. They weren't rusty at all. You can see there's absolutely no rust. These came right off. Goes to show you, put some grease on things before you put them back together. And this is a side note, this has the you know, you can see it's all full of grease. This is the bearing buddy, whatever you want to call it. So you can grease these up with a grease gun. I'll probably grease them some more, but there's no way in hell, if you keep the right grease and lubrication on any kind of things that, you know, rub together, if they don't rub together, the metal doesn't wear out. Very simple. Preventive maintenance goes a long way. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a ton of cure. Maybe that's more like the thing, not a pound of cure, a ton of cure. So if you would have not greased, if I would have not greased these things and they were on here for like 10 years, I could have broke these off, but they came off very easily. So just want to point that out too. And with this, make sure you take out the valve when you fill it up. And what I always use is I just use this, you know, the old full tank pressure. It's already seated though. You just fill it up. The rim's already popped on there. But also what I'll do is I'll bounce the tire up and down like this, really hard a bunch of times, so it pretty much seats on the rim. Go all around it before I fill it up, and that usually will seat the bead no problem. You won't learn this in the University of Phoenix or the University of Harvard or Yale. Those are for eggheads that sell you snake oil. I teach you real things, besides teach you the angles those jackasses are trying to freaking screw you over with.